Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aquarius August 20th, 2022. Good energy is with you for detective work, investigating, or uncovering the information you need. Using strategy is natural and beneficial now, particularly with your work, chores, or health matters. Thoughts and discussions about shared resources and finances, or negotiations involving these things, could also figure strongly today. In fact, these are big topics all week. Enthusiasm and confidence are the major keys to success when negotiating or coming to agreements today. You're in a fine position to converse objectively about personal matters, making it a great time to sort through trouble areas in relationships or to address tricky issues. Don't focus so much on the petty details, and get to the point. Sounds harsh, but the moon's journey through Gemini, and your third house of communication, would beg to differ. Although, in addition to being more pragmatic with your significant other, the moon's square to Venus via your responsible sixth house of details, daily rituals, and due diligence could trigger a battle of wills, so try to approach the situation with a clear mind. Mercury retrograde will also harmonize with lucky Jupiter, increasing the chances of your revisiting an important conversation, and perhaps even taking the lead on that. Tackling your professional commitments with a different communicative style can be worthwhile. Since Pluto retrograde in Gemini trines the Sun in Leo today, you may find that you need to assert yourself the correct way to stabilize your working relationships and professional arrangements. How you go about your conversation may refer to Mercury retrograde in Virgo forming a sextile with Jupiter in Aries. Consider bringing up and talking to the other party differently about work matters. Just remember that you will catch more flies with honey than you will with vinegar. A day after the moon's departure from your income sector and ahead of the sun's return to your financial sector tomorrow, on both sides of the financial fence there is a chance to pause. Before the solar spotlight shifts onto your financial situation and money matters, Mercury's last full day on his own and in retrograde motion is a chance to pause while also giving you time to reflect on the moon's recent transit through your income sector. Today you feel like hiding away from the world. You find it more difficult than usual to talk to people and your relations suffer as a result. Maybe you need to reflect to find out what's causing these problems. Talking about it could help too. Your friends could then assist you after all. That's what friends are for. You are feeling stable enough to think more deeply about your life and what you want out of it. It's a great time to talk things over with friends and see what you can come up with. If you're looking for someone new to date, try not to be so obvious about your intentions. It's far too easy or others to spot this type of behavior. You need to use some charm and sincerity. Look within yourself and pause for a moment to think before making your move and first consider the other person's feelings. Today's aspect makes you feel more emotional for a couple of days. Notice what feelings come up and treat yourself gently. Keep on top of your health, though. There is no reason why you can't be gentle with yourself and still break a sweat in the gym, if possible. In fact, as emotions get processed, it can be beneficial to exercise your body and release toxins at the same time. Be sure to drink plenty of water to make it a cleansing experience. It's a brand new day, and another cycle is born as well. This makes for an opportune time when it comes to starting any projects you want to take on. Further, it can present a great time to begin some new routines and habits. If you have been saying that you are going to start doing something, make this day the day you get it going. This can be anything from a goal to stop smoking, to initiating a new program in the workplace. Use the power of this essence. Our eyes in the sky. We're all likely to wake up feeling intuitively sharper and maybe even more creative than usual. But there could be a heavy emotional shift when the moon conjoins Pluto, and we'll have to take care not to overreact to any overpowering feelings. The psychic embellishments from earlier will remain very prominent, but you'll have to be cautious not to let them affect you too much. Avoid having arguments centered around any jealousy you may feel. It could make someone feel unjustly guilty or intimidated. Also be very aware of any negative self-talk, because it could also lead to desperate actions you later come to regret. There could be power struggles or issues with others who want to dominate us. If you feel like someone is pushing you to make a decision you aren't ready to make, take a step back and reassert your boundaries. You don't have to rush through your emotions to satisfy someone else's whims. Any negative energy that's been hovering around you could hit twice as hard when the moon sextiles Neptune tonight. The energy could affect your sleep and make you feel exhausted. In the morning, the moon squares Chiron in Aries, forcing us to confront repressed anxieties. We are emotionally stoic under the Gemini moon, preferring to avoid conflict by busying ourselves with duties and responsibilities. There's a battle waging here between our inner elder and our inner child. We may be attempting to emulate the style of an older person in our youth who dismissed our creativity. And now, we are acting as the same gatekeeper for our wounded psyche. The best way to navigate these energies is to begin talking to ourselves in a new way, thereby acting as our protector instead of our worst critic. Following this, the Leo Sun trines Pluto in Gemini, helping us to tap our magic and personify self-esteem. By firmly standing our ground and advocating for our principles, we become authority figures in our own right. Subsequently, others treat us differently, affirming that we have all that we need within ourselves to embrace our agency. Relationships with superiors, bosses, and those in institutions should be farewell at this time. People in positions of power acknowledge our tenacity and dedication to excellence, helping us to rise further on the hierarchical totem pole. The cosmic weather is quiet today until afternoon, when the moon opposes Mercury in Virgo, provoking irrational thought. We are especially sensitive as the moon transits Pisces. Certain ideas make sense to us on a conceptual level that we have trouble expressing logically. But that won't stop us from trying. The problem is that when we attempt to communicate our sentiments, we polarize our feeling state and our intellect. This can lead to unease, confusion, or analysis paralysis, as we mix up facts and potential fiction. Our interactions with others get scrambled. We become frustrated that our conversation partner doesn't get what we're trying to say. We will be much better off processing our thoughts through a creative medium now. By sharing our feelings through music or writing, our ideas remain open to interpretation. Others can then connect with us emotionally by bearing witness instead of sharing a reciprocal dialogue. In the evening, the moon sextiles Uranus in Taurus, stimulating surprises. Too much weight today has been placed on trying to rationalize our circumstances. At this time, something happens to shock us out of this expectation. We realize that we have been taking things too seriously, that life is baffling, and that we should enjoy the ride. Our intuition and instincts harmonize. We come to sudden realizations that reshape how we relate with others. We could also learn new information, receive unexpected news, or experience a synchronicity that bears special significance. The stress of the day rolls off our backs as we throw up our hands and submit to the universe's grand plan.